Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Renee, your mindset. Guys, most of the political leaders we have in Nigeria, they take everybody for a ride. They feel that almost all of us, if not all of us, who are their followers, we are just stupid. That's how I say it. How can Hope Uzodinma, for crying out loud, be in an office for complete 4 years? At the end of your tenure, because you want to go for the next tenure, another 4 years is when you are telling us that you are going to build road. You are going to build school. You are going to give us the best hospital. You are going to give us the best teachers to teach us. I can't understand these people. You are going to give us employment and employ everybody. I don't understand how stupid those people take us for. Yes, I can't understand how stupid you people take Nigerians. And let me limit it now to Imo State. I can't see how you are seeing the Imo light. Are you seeing everybody like we are all daft? I don't understand. I'm confused here. With these promises you are giving now, after 4 years you have been in office, you did nothing. now you are promising us that all we owe you now is to vote you for second tenure. That is when you do what we are supposed to do in first tenure. Instead of you using your first tenure legacy to be doing campaign for second tenure, you have nothing to tell us that you have done in first tenure. Or you are telling us that you are going to do it in second tenure. We should vote you in second tenure for another 4 years. So that you become total of 8 years. That is when you do work. So they vote you in the first tenure where you are supposed to work so that you earn the trust of the people so that they can vote you for second tenure another 4 years. You did not do anything in that first 4 years. And you think, and the people of Imo State now will be agreeing with you that when they vote you for the last tenure that you have nothing to lose again after 8 years. You have no campaign to deal with Imo State again after 8 years. They think that you are going to work in that second tenure. I don't know any Imo State person that bring out ballot paper to vote for you. It means say you don't get something. There's something wrong here. I don't say that I don't do. It's up to them. They'll be the one suffering it. It's not my problem. If you vote badly, then you suffer it. I'm not from Imo State. What is my problem? I'm only presenting. But what I'm saying, if anybody from Imo State is agreeing with this statement, I'm going to show on this video now. It means that person is losing something here. That in your first tenure you could not do anything. That in your second tenure is when you will do something, when you run away. The last okabatabata of that. Or for those who never see on a governor, they promise you now. Heaven and earth say now when you vote for second tenure, now you go do the work. All right now, watch the video.
As candidates for the November 11th gubernatorial elections in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo states continue to campaign vigorously, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, who is campaigning for a second term in office, promised to create jobs, provide Medicare, and restore the school system in the state during his campaign rally over the weekend. Well, let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
We are going to intensify all efforts to bring prosperity to Imo State.
Oh, you never done since 4 years.
Jobs. I will bring Medicare. I will restore our school system. I will make the teaching profession more meaningful.
You never done since 4 years.
I will get teachers to come and choose to teach as a choice, not because of lack of jobs. We will do all this. All you owe me on the 11th of this month. Go in there. Cast your vote, vote for APC.
Dr. Abati, there's something about creating jobs with Governor Hope Uzodinma, but of course he's come under fire on social media because people are saying this is not the rhetoric we need to hear. It's not about creating jobs. It's about what you have done during your tenure and how you can improve on it. If you recall, he also came under fire recently when he talked about creating having 4,000 Imo indigens go
Europe
abroad for jobs. Dr. Abati, quickly.
Well,
it is now in second term that you do all that thing you have mentioned. Taking Igbo people for a ride. So you think Igbo people now, so at least 50% no Gabriel again. That's what you are telling me here. On the 11th, Imo people, no, go vote for them. What they consign me, do I care? Do I care who you vote for? The economy of Nigeria is not affecting me, let alone Imo State. It's your problem. Don't go and vote for other person. Labor there, vote for her. Go and vote for the person. Even in Kukuma, vote for PDP. But for this, Hope Uzodinma, if you don't want to vote for her again, it's your problem. I don't go advise you. Somebody that could not deliver in the first tenor, and you think in the second tenor he's going to deliver. Second tenor that you have nothing to lose again, hence you vote him there. That is grand finale. Grand finale. First tenor that you are supposed to work hard so that your good work will speak for you for the second tenor. So that people will vote for you effortlessly in second tenor. Now you are doing campaign in second tenor now. That it is now the second tenor that you do the whole work. You do the whole work. I don't blame on. You see, most of these political leaders, when they say they have taken Nigeria for granted and not that, they know how to rig this election. They know how to use INEC. They know how to use the court system. They know how to use all the judges and all the Supreme Court and the Appeal Court judges. The Supreme Court put to bring this man here. That is what they call him Supreme Court governor. So he knows how to use all the Supreme Court. He knows how to use all the local court, appeal court, every court. They know how to use them. If people like P2B did not stand tall now with effort, I know what I'm telling you, not with statistic. In Canada, it is 4.52 GDP. In UK, it is 3.7 thousand trillion GDP. Off-head. You quote I'm off-head. In Zimbabwe, it is growing at a rate of 3.55 GDP. All those statistical quotation you are giving to us, P2B, I'm talking to you directly. It's not going to work. Oh. These people are not going to leave office with all those English you are speaking. If even the whole Nigeria vote for you today now, it's not going to make any change. They know how to twist your hand, put you at the back like this. Yeah, because they've got the power and they have the mechanism, and there are some things they put in place. They put in place to carry your vote. Yeah, even all the whole Nigeria. Didn't you see what happened in Edo State? All the vote they voted for you. They sent thugs. They came there to burn it down. Where you are supposed to make headway, Lagos and all that, they told your people don't come here to vote. They were Abobi there. Abobi, men are waiting. They use Nigerian police against you. So how are you going to outweigh these people? How are you going to penetrate into the governmental arena? How? How are you going to penetrate into the power? How are you going to do that? That's the problem I'm having with you. All these things you are quoting, oh, let's follow the rule of law, and the politics of Nigeria. We must obey the court system. When Tinubu have snatched the boss and do other things, we go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court will deliver the right judgment. Did they do that? Did they do that? I'm asking you. Because that's what I'm saying. You must learn how to put mechanism defense. You must know how to defend your vote. Especially, forget about the campaign. Campaign, you must always get crowd and get people shouting and doing all that. And they will always vote for you. And they will always be ready to vote for you, P2B. The problem is that vote, can you defend it on that day of that vote? Yes. On that day of that election, are you able to defend your vote with mechanism? Men on ground. No. The Bible said the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and the violent people take it by force. That's what Nigeria election is all about. That is what political class, political arena, political struggle of Nigeria is all about. Did you hear when you are president, whether you like it or not now? You are president, Baba Tinubu said. He said, power is not server-like. You must snatch it and run away with it. That's what Nigeria is. There is a saying that said, when you go to Rome, behave like a Roman. If you know how Nigerian people do the election and you become successful, you need to follow that modality. Forget, say, let's follow rule of law, peaceful. You begin to quote statistics and non-statistics, begin to speak English and all that. It doesn't work. It's going to be very difficult for you to be president if you continue like that. Yeah, you must work the way they are working there. For you to pull weight, yeah, mobilize men that will defend vote. If you want for you to pay for them to do the work, pay them and let them do the work and deliver. Then when you are in the power, in the corridor of power, when you are on the throne, then you change things. But if you don't pull this weight to push, that one Bible says the kingdom of God suffereth violence. If you are not doing it in Nigerian political sphere, it's going to hard for you to come in. Come 2027, You will not still make it. It will not be because I cost you. I'm telling you the truth. If you want to do things according to orderly, according to rule of law, according to we go to court. If you rob my election, you go to court. Guys, they don't rob and they don't rob them. Nothing court can do about it. Forget about it. So you must put preventive measure for them not to rob you, because they will rob you again. If they say you are too soft, they will be running you like anything. They'll say, leave him. He will only shout court. They will even be the one that will tell you, say, go to court, because they know even in the court, machines are put in place everywhere. You must be able to win election in Nigeria. That is the status quo, whether you like them or not. It is Aboro that rule us. Wait now, watch what will happen to in Imo State. Watch what will happen in Kogi and other states when they do this small side election. You will see what APC will do. You will see machine. You will see ratata. You will see fight there. That is how they do election there. It's I don't know if I will call it underdeveloped country or developing country. That is how they do their own election. Follow suit and do it. Come to power and change the system. The system is corrupt. If you are not in power, you are unable to change it. That's the problem. So fight by all means. Like as our father said it, Baba Tinubu, power cannot be served a la carte. Yeah, you need to work hard. You need to work hard. You need to snatch it. You need to run with power. That's what he said. Now you keep. There's another English you have spoken now. That's why I'm even making this video. You are speaking English. I think most of us are tired of hearing English too much. Me in particular, I'm getting tired of hearing statistic, English, and all that. I don't think it's working anymore. For those whenever hear our father, Peter Obi, they speak another English. He said this failure when he get for Supreme Court is the beginning of the fight. That the fight has not ended. I don't know where you want to carry the fight to go again. For me and other obedient, the fight have ended. They've won you completely. But he said this fight that Supreme Court have disappointed everybody, INEC disappointed everybody. This is now the beginning of the fight. Don't know. I don't believe in talking too much. I believe in action. My kind of person. For those whenever see people they talk, say now the fight continue. The aluta continua. All right now. Watch the video.
We now cross to Abuja, where the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the February 2023 election, Peter Obi, is right about now addressing an international press conference. This media engagement is Peter Obi's first following the Supreme Court judgment where he and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP lost. Let's listen in.
They lost.
We were taught values and admonished to always choose harder right instead of easier wrong.
The other work in Nigeria.
Certain legal issues aside, the Supreme Court exhibited a disturbing aversion to public opinion, just as they abandoned its responsibility as court of law and policy. It is therefore with great dismay that I observe that the court's decision contradicts the overwhelming evidence of election rigging, false claim of technical glitch, substantial non-compliance to the rules set by INEC itself, as well as matters of perjury, identity theft, and forgery that has been brought to light in course of this election matter.
That is what work in Nigeria.
These are hefty allegations that should not have been treated with levity. More apparent, the Supreme Court's judgment willfully condoned breaches of the Constitution relative to established qualifications and parameters for candidates in presidential elections.
English.
With this counterintuitive judgment, the Supreme Court has transferred a heavy moral burden from the courtroom to our national conscience.
Do they care?
Our young democracy is ultimately the main victim and casualty of the courtroom drama.
They are not bothered.
Without equivocation, this judgment amounts to a breach of confidence of Nigerians have in our judiciary. To that extent, it is a show of unreasonable force against the very Nigerian people from whom the power of the Constitution drives. The Supreme Court's ruling may represent the state of the law in 2023, but not present demand for substantive justice. The judgment missed principles and precedents. Indeed, the rationale and premise of the Supreme Court judgment has been clearly brought to light by deep, revealing, and troubling valedictory remarks of Honorable Justice Musa Datijo Mohammed, JSC, on Friday, 27th, 2023. In disagreeing very strongly with the ruling of both the Presidential Petition Court and the Supreme Court on the outcome of the 25th February presidential election as declared by the Independent Electoral Commission, as Democrats who believe in the rule of law, we recognize that the Supreme Court is the end stage of our quest for legal closure on this matter. As a party and candidate, Daddy and I have now exhausted all legal and constitutional remedies available to us.
You don't finish.
However, this end is only another beginning of our quest for vindication of hope of the common man for a better Nigeria.
It's all right.
After all, sovereignty belongs to the people, if only for historical purposes. It behoves us to place our disagreement with and deep reservation about this judgment on public record. We have long been aware of how weak the national institutions have negatively affected our democracy. This year, 2023, has been quite remarkable and revealing. INEC displayed incompetence in the conduct of its statutory duties. The judiciary has largely acted in defiance of the constitutional tenets, precedents, and established ground rules. Political expediency has preceded judicial responsibility.
They will even do more.
A mechanical application of technicalities has superseded pursuit of justice and fairness. Both INEC and Supreme Court, as referees, respectively, shifted the goalposts in the middle of the game.
They will even do it on Imo State election very soon.
Where the value and import of INEC
And Kogi.
and recent Supreme Court ruling ends is where our commitment to a new Nigeria begins.
It's all right.
Our mission has been more about anchoring a new Nigeria, and it remains unchanged. It is a nation where things will work, where the country will be led from its present waste and consumption orientation to a production-driven economy. Our commitment is to a nation anchored on principles of prudent management of resources, to quickly pull millions out of multidimensional poverty, ensuring transparency and accountability in equitable distribution of opportunities, resources, privileges. In the new Nigeria, we aim to address all unmet needs by showing compassion for all those left behind by the present system.
And that's what this president doesn't want you to do.
Going forward, we in Labour Party and the Obedient Movement are now effectively in opposition.
You mean
We are glad that the nation has heard us loud and clear. We shall now expand the confines of our message of hope to the rest of the country. We will meet the people in their places where they feel pain and answer the needs for hope. at marketplaces, motor parks, town halls, boardrooms, university and college campuses. We will carry and deliver the message of a new Nigeria. As stakeholders and elected Labour Party officials, we will remain loyal to our manifesto. We will continue to canvass good governance and focus on issues that promote national interest and unity and cohesion. We will continue to give primacy to our constitution, rule of law, and the protection of other liberties. We will offer checks and balances and will vie robustly in forthcoming elections to elect those who share our vision of a new Nigeria.
In forthcoming election.
Given the present national circumstance, there is compelling need for a strong political opposition. We shall therefore remain in opposition, especially because of the policies and governance modalities that we in Labour Party campaign for, especially the issue of reducing cost of governance, moving the country from waste and consumption to production, reducing inflation, ending insecurity, promoting the rule of law, guaranteeing the responsibility to protect and stabilize our national currency are clearly not the priorities of the present administration, nor is it interested in achieving sustainable development goals. It has one thing that has gladdened my heart in course of the struggle in the past 18 months. It is the passionate desire of our people, especially young Nigerians from across ethnic and religious divides, to construct a new and restructured Nigeria that will work for all Nigerians. The goal remains the guiding light and abiding inspiration. Finally, I thank all Nigerians who believed in what is now only a revolution postponed. We deeply appreciate the unalloyed, non-partisan moral support millions of youths and ordinary Nigerians across ethnic, religious, geopolitical divides have continued to give Dati and I
was there.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Nigerians who have supported this mission from the onset. We salute the leadership and members of Labour Party, the Obedient Movement, the Obedient Presidential Campaign, Nigerians in diaspora, support groups, and all people of goodwill who worked diligently and hoped for realization of the beginning of new Nigeria in this election cycle.
I was one of them. I can beat my chest and say so.
Nigerians who supported our cause have done so out of patriotism and their sincere conviction that our nation requires and deserves dedicated and visionary leadership who will lead Nigeria toward a brighter future. The energy and dedication of Nigerian youth and obedient movement have been simply amazing.
Thank you.
I appreciate and salute them. I want to assure them that this is not the end of our journey, but in fact, the beginning. Nigerians heard you. The world have taken note and will not forget easily.
It's all right.
We shall endure, persist, until we reach our destination. Because the new Nigeria is our destination. A destination is not an event. We thank in a special way our legal team. We also thank elder statesmen whose wise counsel were immeasurable To them, we wish to state unequivocally that this judicial outcome, an obvious misinterpretation of substantial justice, has by no means foreclosed realization of a new Nigeria that is possible.
Is that right?
On personal note, I take pride and express gratitude to those who share our vision, who have exhibited rare courage to challenge the nefarious system, the genuineness of individuals, identities, and their defining and qualifying particulars up to the highest extent allowed by law. Nigeria holds out hope of infinite possibilities leading to a desirable greatness. I remain consistent in my belief of a possibility of a new Nigeria built on character,
1,
competence,
2,
capacity,
3,
compassion,
4,
integrity,
5,
respect for the rule of law
peace,
based on justice and fairness.
7.
God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Our father P2B, you see all those things you mentioned when I count about 6 or 7. They are not relevant in Nigeria. That's the problem. You see, in this current Nigeria dispensation, what would they? Character, competence, integrity, injustice, justice. All those things, they are not relevant. They don't care about them. That's the problem. So you will go and bring it into power by going into power the way Nigerian people go into power. You know what I mean? You must adapt. They say when you go to Rome, behave like Rome. All this English and statistics and all that, they are not enough. They are not enough to bring into power. You must put mechanism, some machineries on ground, especially during that day of election. People must work for you. People who are tough, you know what I mean? When the other opposition come, you go come. Yes. I don't know. The best form of defense is to attack. You know, just say, oh, let's wait. Because people that will fight for you, the organization or the institution that would have fight for you as a common man or someone who was weak during the election will never fight for you, which is the court. They will even tell you, say, go to that court, we're waiting for you there. They will not fight for the common man. So if the court cannot fight for the common man, it is left for the common man to fight for himself. If the court, who is the institution meant to fight for the helpless, the common men, yes, are not fighting for the common men, and they will never fight for you until you buy, whether you like them or not. If they are not there for you, it is left for only the common men to fight for themselves. Stand up and fight for yourself. So how do you fight for yourself in the next election? Come 2027. You know what to do. I'm not going to tell you. You see that thing they did to you in Lagos, you must try to do it as well. And defend yourself in the whole southeast and south. Yes. Even defend yourself. Put machines in place in that Lagos. In all those places they dealt with you. You must change the narrative other than speaking English, speaking statistics. When you go to Germany and Brazil, their GDP is 305.3 trillion. Nobody's interested to hear that thing anymore. Even the youths are getting fed up hearing all those figures and figures. It's not helping. Because even all of us join together and vote only you. They didn't vote for APC and all that. They will still come there, beat you on the election ground. Take all your vote, to run away with it with the police and every institution they are using to work against you. Yes. The one that they could not run away with, they will burn the ballot paper there, tear it in your presence there. You are holding hand. Now we are going to go to court very soon. We will see, the court will decide. The rule of law will decide. It doesn't work. And all this English of GDTB and GBDD and all those you are quoting in different countries, it's not going to help us. Now me they tell you, if anybody supported you, I'm the one of the top person that support you in this election. And I did all I could. I fought. I said that thing can never work, even come 2027. If you are basing this English on, if you continue speaking this English in 2027, I myself, I will not support because it's going to end in futility. It's not going to work. For those who never see more of English when our father P2B they speak, quoting different figures. All right, now let's finish it up. Watch the video.
You always see me say, people, I'm not a saint, but I'm not a criminal.
These people don't care what you're talking about.
I have never knowingly do anything that is wrong. Knowingly. If I know it's wrong, I won't do it.
And that's why you have not been
president. I've served
president.
in the state. I've served in the private sector. And today we're going through difficulties. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria. Nigeria has one of the best in terms of land, one of the best in terms of weather, one of the best in terms of God-given resources, and one of the best people. The only thing God has not given Nigeria is leadership. If we have good leaders, we will do better.
Okay.
If you compare Nigeria,
You don't they compare again.
and I told him, I said, I want to just compare Nigeria with the 3 biggest countries in Europe. And I can tell you, we have more resourceful young people because we have more resourceful youths
It's
than
irrelevant
3 of them have.
to them.
But when you now compare our economy, if you put the economy of the 3 of them together, Germany with a GDP of 4.4 trillion, UK with a GDP of about 3.3 trillion, and France with about 3.03 trillion, you're getting over 10 trillion, and we're about 400. So they are 25 times more.
You don't tell you say you cannot be president with statistics. You know that.
Because we have a leadership that where we engulf with waste and consumption, no production.
You need to do another different thing. Forget about these things.
If we get it right, we'll build a better life. And all of us are involved. We must stop people from stealing public money.
How? When you're not in power.
It's a must.
How?
We must stop people from wasting public money.
How? When you're not in corridor of power.
It is not their private money. And all of us are involved.
As long as they
We
are
must
in
not
power,
celebrate them.
they will be stealing it. Nothing will happen.
100 years from today, we'll all be covered with white cloth.
Do they care?
So what are you acquiring for?
They don't care.
Why are you abusing the grace of God?
They want to acquire for 10
People are
generations.
suffering.
They want to acquire for 100 generations to come. They don't care what you're saying. It is people that have conscience you are talking about. Nigeria, how many politicians have conscience? How many of them? You are telling them GDP, that. They don't care. Tinubu said it in his campaign. He said, how can you be a president with quoting statistics? He said, that statistical boy. Now I call you. You don't forget. Because you know what to do. There's a machine to put in place. Sam, come next election, only advice I will give you, go and find a defensive machine to put in place. If not, I got Bajigi again. They will just twist your hand again. Burn all your ballot paper. The ones they carry to run, they run away. You still pay INEC, pay judges, and other. Everything, nothing will happen. You will just shout with rule of law. Let's wait for Supreme Court. Nothing. You will still fail next year. If things are not changed, especially on the day of the election, that day must be changed. The way you did it this way, you failed. Yeah, you must. If you want to pay people to do the work for you, you need to pay to do the work. Then when you enter power, you begin to adjust the system. The system is messed up. I can't talk more than this. Guys, if you love what you are doing here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, even on TikTok. All of my personal life, guys. Peace out.